sur la prod.
AYG, do your thing, bro.
We're back. We're back to the channel. Most importantly, we're back to United shows. Unfortunately, it was a good 2-week break where I didn't do, I think it was almost 2 weeks. I'd say maybe 10 days, something between 10 days to 2 weeks where I didn't have to do a single United stream. But there's no Euros today. There is Copa America, but unfortunately it's not right now. It's still at night. So I'm forced to do content about something that I don't really enjoy as much anymore. Something that I don't love as much, and certainly not my gaffer, but it's Griggs's gaffer, which is why he's here. But big up to everyone who's here. Smash a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Like P White UK has said, hit the like button and share and subscribe. It's free. Facts. It is free. Big up LFC Aaron. P White, what's P White saying? What's this? I'm hearing Staffy busy at Man U, bro. Listen, bro. I didn't really want to talk about Man United, but there is news to finally talk about anyways. So yeah, we'll talk about United, but before we do, Briggs, I mean, new gaffers. I wouldn't say a gaffer, but there's a bunch of gaffers that we're hiring.
A potential gaffer, you never know.
One of them is going to be the gaffer. That's something I'm going to speak about later because I have a bit of a conspiracy theory there.
So do I, actually. I have some conspiracy.
Oh, you do? Okay. See, I didn't even speak to you yet, so I don't even know. But we're getting a couple gaffers to be in our coaching staff, including a certain United legend that Oski at least loves the most, as a couple years of his name. Also the Knicks are making moves and all that, so you should be in a good mood. You got OG,
Bro,
you got
I did a video yesterday. Make sure y'all check it out.
Ruud. Did you? I didn't even know. See, I didn't see it.
That means you don't have your notification bell on for Greg Stokes.
To be fair, I wasn't home yesterday until midnight. So yesterday I watched zero stream. It's one of those where I didn't see nothing. I didn't get home until after the NBA draft. That's how long my day was.
The NBA draft, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Those were a bunch of NPCs. I have no idea who any. Yo, the number one pick. All I saw was that his player comp is Harrison Barnes. I'm like, yeah, this what's it called? This draft is VTEX. It's close.
I saw some players that had 2 points per game getting drafted.
Like I from the Bucks, that's a 12-year-old. There's no way that kid graduated high school. There's no way. He looks 15. But anyway,
bro, even that Serbian guy that got drafted to
Topic. Yeah, they think his last name is Topic, that he might be Jovic.
Yeah, bro, it's Topic, Nikola Topic, and they're like, yeah, let's go. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, the guy looked 12 as well. One of the worst drafts I've ever seen. But the Knicks at least are making good moves. Jacob, I see you in the chat. You can hold that. We are technically the second favorite, for according to the bookies, to win the NBA championship next year, tied with the Denver Nuggets. So hold that.
Not
Yes,
gonna lie,
only
that's
the
kind of
Celtics.
donations to FanDuel, but anyway, that's
We'll,
that.
we'll talk about it some other time. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
but
mention something I'm actually excited about, which is the Knicks.
yeah, I mean, basketball. Yo, you know what? I have a theory. Both teams can never make me happy at the same time. It's impossible to. So right now, the Knicks are the ones still in the limelight, while United are
So that means the Knicks will be good next year because I think United are going to be shit.
appointing assistant managers and stuff like that. But no, otherwise, I'm doing good though. No Euros today. I'm not gonna lie. I needed a break from the Euros. We needed this 2-day break. The last few games were absolutely atrocious football.
I didn't even watch the games yesterday. I heard what's his name had a stinker, Ronaldo.
Yeah, Tirani. Yeah. Nah, it's clip, man. It's bro. You know, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've always loved Ronaldo. Obviously, he got me into the sport with stuff like that with United. But you know, like it's been 4 years and he hasn't hit the acceptance stage yet. Like like the 5 stages and stuff like that. He hasn't reached acceptance yet, and it's been 4 years. Like he's stuck at denial. And he hasn't progressed.
You know, this is 2 group stages in a row where he doesn't have any goals, except for I think he had 1 penalty in the group stage in the World Cup.
Yeah,
That's it.
Ghana.
That's it.
Ghana, yeah.
Every other game he hasn't scored a goal. But if it was other players, we'd be talking about.
He probably should have had a penalty. I'm not gonna lie, he was getting grabbed and stuff like that. But respect to Georgia, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously they did beat me to qualify for this tournament, and I'm happy they actually made use of it and didn't finish with like 0 points. Otherwise, I would have been fuming if I lost a team that had like 0 points. So the fact that they qualified for the round of 16 makes me at least like get over that.
Jacob's goalkeeper ended up being goalkeeper of the group stages.
He should be goalkeeper of the tournament. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
think. I don't even think he knows that.
Bro, the saves that he made against Dalo were absolutely stupid, bro. Dalo should have had a brace.
I saw some.
Well, not should have had a brace. Like they were really tough shots, but they were absolute wonder strikes. But they were absolute top saves, man.
Hey, whatever his name is, Mama Scarvelia, whatever his name.
Marmar Dashvili, something like that.
Something like that. Listen, come to United. Onana.
No, he can't. He can't play with his feet. Like it's good.
Does he? Okay, so I don't know. I just heard he made some good saves. I was like, fuck it, let's bring him.
He's a sensational shot stopper, and he's very tall too, so he can command his box and stuff like that. So, but with the ball at his feet, it's good. But shout out Georgian.
What was Jacob cooking when he put him in
Didn't
that
he just have to draft a Georgian?
Yeah, and he didn't have to draft a Georgian. He chose to draft him.
Oh, that's fair enough, man.
And I cooked him for it. I said I'm gonna give him a 0 for that. You know what? When Jacob hears that.
No, I just didn't expect him to qualify past the group stages. That's the thing. But if I had known that Portugal were gonna play their B team in the final game, then I would have been different because they punted that game. It was literally the only starter was Ronaldo, and he's already the worst starter anyway. And Costa. But yeah, bro, it was bad. Dalo was playing right wing back. He looked lost, out of position. Like he's never been a right wing back anyway. Like his worst attribute is attacking, and you played him as a wing back. Like what? Free
my boy, man.
Pedro Neto was playing left wing back, by the way. One of the best 1v1 wingers had to play left wing back. That Roberto Martinez, man. Criminal.
I didn't even know that. Well, he has to answer for his crimes eventually. We'll see. I forgot what the bracket looks like for the next round.
The bracket. Let me tell you something. The bracket is basically one side is Clash of the Titans.
And the other one is shit. I think it's England, Netherlands,
and a bunch of bums.
They have England, Netherlands, and what?
Bro, no joke. Ralph Ragnick might make the Euro.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I swear that's my dark horse moving forward now. When we do watch along start Saturday, I'm gonna be. The
toughest game. The toughest game is around 16. They play Turkey.
Yeah, because who did they play? They played Turkey.
Yeah. After that, they play the winner of Romania and Netherlands, who I think both of them are worse than Turkey.
Ralf, you have my respect. My gaffer.
Bro, it's so bad. England have an easy ass route. Actually, to be fair, England have a harder route than Austria. Because England have to play the winner of Swiss-Italy.
Let me pull it up. Euro 2024 bracket. Yeah, I'm glad that we went into Euro talks, so we don't have to.
Yeah, United have. We'll talk about Ruud.
Yeah, United can hold that. Where is it? Is this? Nope, this doesn't have the teams. All right, let me go to the website.
Mr. Saeed TV in the building.
Is he here?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the bracket.
We got.
Before we talk about Dead United. Big up Said for the raid. Let's talk about this bracket before we talk about dead United, because I could use any excuse not to talk about United. But big up Said for the raid. Big up to everyone who redirected from Said. I was watching Men Them Talk, obviously, until I went live myself. That was a great show as always. So make sure you guys show love to the Men Them there. And if you left Said's stream, make sure you left it with a like. And if you just joined here, listen, clearly if Said redirected you here, it means he rates us. So if he rates us, so should you. So rate us by giving us a like, a subscribe, and subscribe to Griggs also. His channel is in the title. But yeah, Griggs, this is the bracket right now. England, so England are gonna face the winner of Italy and Switzerland, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not that difficult. Italy are shit. And then eventually they'll face the winner of Austria, Turkey, Romania, Netherlands. Yeah, but Switzerland are not they're not wow. Like they're good, but they're not wow.
They're not wow, but they're efficient. So it's like that's always scary to verse in tournaments.
But then this side here, Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, and Belgium. You potentially have a quarterfinals of Spain, Germany, Portugal, and France against Netherlands. Here Austria. It's going to be Austria, probably England and Italy, or I wouldn't be surprised if it's Switzerland. So it's going to be quite interesting. It's going to be quite interesting. And speaking of interesting, let's talk about this, because now we can't ignore it much longer. United talk. Fabrizio Romano tweeted about 15 minutes ago. Exclusive story confirmed Manchester United will add Ruud van Nistelrooy. How do you say his name? Hake? Is that his name?
Rene Hake has an accent.
Rene Hake? Okay. So, these accents right there. Rene Hake from Go Ahead Eagles. I mean, that name, bro, gets me every time.
My favorite team.
Go Ahead Eagles. It just reminds me of a United States high school team.
That's a baseball team. That has to be a baseball team somewhere in the States.
It has to be something like that, bro. Because my high school was like the Tigers. They used to be like, let's go Tigers. Now this one is.
Mine was actually the Eagles. My high school team was the Eagles.
So you know something about this manager then. But they're gonna add Rene. Yeah, he was your guy for high school. Rene Hake from Go Ahead Eagles to their backroom staff. Erik ten Hag will sign a new contract in the next few days. All agreed on 100% done. As revealed earlier this week. I don't know where to start. I don't know. Let me ask you a question. Why the hell are we giving him a new contract? Because we talked about this weeks ago, and you actually predicted that they'll offer him a new contract. I said if they keep him for one more year, which wasn't confirmed at the time, or maybe it was confirmed. I don't remember. I said you'd keep him without a contract anyways. A contract extension anyways, because basically it means the last year that he has to compete and do well for his contract. You basically give him a motivation to earn his contract, which now I feel like we rewarded failure, because the guy just finished 8th with us with negative goal difference. Yes, he did win a trophy, but overall it was a disappointing season. And we said, here you go, a 2-year extension. Why is he being offered a 2-year extension? That's something that doesn't sit well with me.
I think the only reason I think they really give him a contract extension is the veto power in his current contract. They have to kind of change that. Otherwise, this summer would get tricky because you would have to get all his signings. I think that's probably the main reason. I would hope that's the main reason. Like, obviously, we're not going to know exactly until we know the terms of his new contract, like what's included in it, like maybe a couple clauses and stuff like that, which might get leaked, might not. But I do understand, though, like where it's coming, like with the rewarding failure, because that's what it does feel like at the end of the day when he's getting a new contract. So I also want to see how many years it is. Like, it's a 2-year one. It's not the worst things, I guess. It's like a 3-4 year contract, and you're like, how's going on here?
It is a 2-year. That's what I heard.
Oh, it is 2 years.
It doesn't sit well with me, anyways. But I do get what you're saying about the whole veto thing, and basically his rights per the old contract versus the new one. Because I wasn't sure if that's even a stipulation in his clause, or if that's like, just more of like a gentleman's agreement between him.
No, it was like looking at contract. Like
now it's looking like it is, because I wasn't sure at first. Because you could be like, yeah, I'll take the job, but you have to like insure me like this and that. And I don't know if that's plausible or not. But now it looks like it is plausible, but it doesn't sit well with me. And I think that the thing that doesn't sit well with me as well is that I feel like we're hiring a staff that accommodates him. Because why are we going for 2 Dutch managers?
Well, that goes along with what Ineos said, right? Ratcliffe said. He said he wants to surround the manager with 100% best efforts of like conditions that would help him. So I guess getting people that would be comfortable with him, I guess, would help him in a sense. But we also did that with Van der Gag, and the guy's leaving now. We did that with Benny McCarthy. That was his choice.
Benny McCarthy is leaving. We should actually mention that.
So like, obviously, I think Ruud is an upgrade, to be honest, obviously, right away, because first of all, I think with Ruud, it's the familiarity with the club, obviously. And second of all, it's Ruud Van Nistelrooy.
It is a big name.
No disrespect to Benny McCarthy, bro, but it's one thing going from. It's like, I mean, I'm sure he was a good striker back in his days at Porto and stuff like that, but this is Ruud Van Nistelrooy we're talking about. This is arguably the best finisher that United have seen in the modern day football era. So, it's a big upgrade, and also gives. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the fail-safe option and stuff like that, but it's just like with the players, like they'll respect him, stuff like that. It'll be easier. Also, let's be real. Ten Hag, I know he knows English, but the guy does not know how to communicate at all. He barely knows how to communicate in his own language, let alone a second language. Ruud, you could tell the way he speaks. You could tell the vibes that were in the PSV locker room when he was there, like when they was winning and stuff like that. It was really good. I think he could really kind of resonate with the club, with the players. I think that's an upgrade. As for Rene Hake, I have no idea who he is. All I know is that apparently Go Ahead Eagles finished mid-table in the Eredivisie against all odds. Like, I'm guessing they had a terrible squad, and like he kind of overachieved with them. And my hope for him is that he's a better tactician than Van der Gaag, right? That's my main hope, because Van der Gaag was technically the tactician with Ten Hag. He was the one that's kind of doing the tactics on the training pitch and stuff like that. So the hope is that this Rene Hake guy, I don't know much about him, but the good thing is that he wasn't from Ajax, so at least that gives a little bit more of a fresher perspective. And maybe hopefully he is better. But I know people saying he's an SCG client. Obviously, that does like rise the alarms a little bit. But at the end of the day, so it's probably Guardiola.
That's wait, SCG is that Ten Hag's agency?
That's the agency that represents Ten Hag. Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But technically, so does Pep. So
to be fair, I will be honest about. Imagine we do get Pep because of that.
No, I think one thing we do have to, like, with the agency talk is, don't forget though, this happens in every sport. A lot of teams have connections with a certain agency. It's like it happens.
No,
a lot.
I hear it.
Like the Knicks with CAA, bro. We get like first points of clients, Clutch Sports with like certain club teams as well. So like that's how it works. But it is a little bit sketchy with Ten Hag, how it's constantly SEG. So I understand why fans are a little bit like, what's it called? Pessimistic about it.
I'm not pessimistic on the idea of having two head coaches becoming assistant coaches, because that means that is technically an upgrade. These guys were good. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the NBA. The NBA is the only sport I've seen. I mean, I don't watch the NFL, so I can't talk about that. But you know, in the NBA, someone can be a head coach, and the next season he could be someone else's assistant. And I'm like, that's crazy. How'd you do? I'm sure it is, but like, I didn't want to say that because I'm not sure. I don't watch the NFL. But I've seen that with the NBA, and I'm like, that's crazy. How could you be a head coach and next season you're an assistant manager? To me, I'm not gonna lie. We have two head coaches who are now assistants, which fills me more with confidence that when Ten Hag fucks up, because I think it's inevitable. I don't trust this guy whatsoever. We have two head coaches to fall onto after, and one is Ruud, obviously, and the other one is Rene Hake. And we've been in so many situations where we wanted to get sack a manager in the last few years and be like, oh, but where do we get the interim for? What do we do with this? We've seen us get Ole out of nowhere one time. We've seen us use Kark for like 3 games before. We had to bring in Rene one time. We've always been in a mess where like we don't trust the second man anyways. I feel like these two guys will help this guy with his tactics, number one, because they've done their own shit at their own clubs. So they've been head coaches. And God forbid something happens. I wouldn't say God forbid. Hopefully it doesn't happen and we get rid of Ten Hag. I could trust that we have a second man to come up. But
we don't know who it's going to be too. Like,
it's probably going to be Ruud. Yeah, it's not going to be Rene.
And I'm not going to lie. Like, Ineos are slick with what they did with Ruud, because I'm not saying a big reason why Ten Hag said, but I'm sure like partly played into it was the fan reaction with Ten Hag, especially after winning the trophy. With Ten Hag, though, if it comes to a situation where he's struggling a little bit and there's talks about his head like leaving United, if the fans hear rumors that Ruud is up next for the job, I promise Ten Hag will get dipped. Ten Hag will lose all the allegiance he has with the fans, because I promise you, the fans will always pick the United legend. They will want Ruud Van Nistelrooy. But it's not just some random United legend, because like obviously Ole had the UCL final winning goal. He's a big legend as well. But with Ruud is like a lot of United fans today, a big reason why they support the club Omar's an
Also because of
example.
Nistelrooy.
Is Ruud Van Nistelrooy. He is like Staffy's generation, because I know Staffy's a little bit older than me. He is the guy that like made people fall in love with United. For me, it's obviously the Ronaldo Rooney era.
The first United team I watched had Van Nistelrooy in it.
Yeah, it's Ruud Van Nistelrooy. So it's the guy is a big name, and bro, like and also the one thing that differentiates Ruud from an Ole is Ruud has done the proper coaching path. He started coaching in the under 19s, I think was it for the Netherlands, also did PSV, and then ended up being the PSV gaffer. But it seems from what I've heard with Ruud is that he doesn't really want to be a manager right now. He's more comfortable being an assistant, which is why I'm guessing he chose the United job over the Burnley head coaching job. So
that would have been a good move for him, by the way.
Yeah, it would have been a good move, but I think he doesn't really want to be a coach right now. And also, just at United, if he succeeds at United, the prospects go up so much further because either best case scenario from him is he gets a United job, and I'm sure that's one of his lifelong dreams as a coach. Or second of all, if you succeed at United, you're going to get poached by a bigger club than a Burnley. So
I understand it, yeah.
It's a good move for him, man. Also, I kind of want to see Ruud as gaffer. That kind of seems like that'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's like
I think he has the personality for it. But speaking of personality, look at this guy's personality. I saw this video earlier.
Oh,
is he bold? No, he's not bold. That's not even him. He'll be in the picture in a second. But this is what's his name again? I can't. I'm not even used to.
Rene.
Yeah, Rene. Yeah. This I saw this video of him with the Go Ahead Eagles.
Fucking hell! Hey, come out! I think you could tell something to the guys, or not? Instead of your head down. You fucked up the game. Two stupid yellow cards.
I don't know. He just said that, but he said you fucked up the game.
Don't disrespect to any black people, bro. That language sounds so fake, bro. It's not,
yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It sounds a little bit. I like how serious he is, but it sounds a little funny. Like it's one of those where, like, when someone gets mad and you just want to laugh at the way they're getting angry. But let's finish this.
This one. A second. It's also going to put extra defender in. Fucking shit! Don't give away the first zone.
He said, "Fucking shit." Wait, let's play that again.
Fucking shit! Don't give away the first zone. And 3 against 2 in the middle, and he gets a goal. It's unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie, I rate it though. I'm not. Imagine him in the locker room yelling at Rashford like that and Bruno. Fucking hell! You were 2 on the 1 in the middle, and you gave up the ball. I love how he transitioned from Dutch to English, and it all sounded the same to me until he cussed. Every time he said "fucking hell," that's when I understood. Okay, that's English. You know, everything else sounded like it was Dutch.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting, man. I mean, it's good that he speaks English. Obviously, he's gonna manage it. He's gonna help coach at an English club, so that's a plus. And like I said, bro, with Ten Hag, no disrespect to Ten Hag, bro, but the guy's communication is piss poor. And in my opinion, especially at the top level, communication is probably one of the most crucial things because it's not like you're talking to players that are like, no disrespect to an Ajax, but a lot of young kids, so they want to listen to you, bro. They don't know that much better. You're gonna be talking to some of the best players, well, not the best players in the world, but the guys that are played at the top level for a long time and play for Manchester United. Bruno has a big ego, and rightfully so half the time. Rashford has a big ego. Casemiro might still be here, so Maguire, like Licha, like it's a lot of players. So yeah, man. But obviously, it's not always good being ruthless. Obviously, let's hope for this hockey guy just isn't straight yelling. You also got to have a nice side to you as well. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll see. He said he wants to flip the table, bro.
Oh, he definitely did, man.
It's hilarious. Reminding everyone that we're on the road to 5K. Yeah, we are on the road to 5K. I think I'm like 100 subs away from 5K. So there's 200 people here. If you haven't subbed yet, please make sure you do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to leave. Obviously, I want the chat to get engaged right now a little bit. The live chat. Let us know what you guys think about obviously these appointments. How do you feel about it? As I said, a lot of people have warmed up to it. Some people haven't. You know, some people like me who don't want Ten Hag. They feel like these are reinforcements for Ten Hag, more than just like the correct appointments for the club. But I do think, I'm not gonna lie, like biased aside, as much as I don't want Ten Hag, I do look at these appointments and I don't think it's bad at all. You know.
By the way, I know this doesn't really relate to United's first team, but we never really talk about the women's team. But the PFA have been made aware of discontent amongst the United's women's team towards ownership.
I heard that, but I don't
I
know.
don't know if you've seen what the news with what I actually do think this is important, by the way, with Ineos and what they're doing with the women's team. I don't like what they're doing, and I think they're playing with a very, very dangerous game, and they're playing with fire. I understand the Manchester United's men's team is the most important asset when it comes to Man United. Like, let's be real, it's the reason why the name is because of the men's team. But in football today, the women's game is growing internationally, and the United's women's team has become a big part of the United fan base. It's why a big reason why the women following within the United men's team is also growing at the same time, because of the women's team. And let's not forget, the women's team has been just as successful as the men's teams the past few years.
Wait, but what happened with the women's team? Because I heard some stuff, but I don't know exactly what happened.
So they're fixing Carrington, right? They're the 50 mil for Carrington complex. Mm-hmm. And then the men's team obviously needs somewhere to train. So they're sending them to the women's complex, and they're basically kicking the women's team out in the meantime while waiting to fix the men's complex. And then second of all, the Athletic released that Ineos are not really prioritizing anything within the women's team right now at all. And you're seeing, I don't know if you know, the goalkeeper for the women's team, Mary Earp, she's arguably the best goalkeeper in women's football, not just in the English division, but in all, like, I think she won like the trophy for it, first team, like team of the year and stuff like that. She's leaving on a free. The captain, Katie Zellum, is leaving as well on a free. And those players did not get goodbyes. If you remember what happened with Ed Woodward and Rio Ferdinand, it's a very similar situation to that.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people are mad. Players are leaving. Though they kind of did the same thing with Ten Hag. They extended the women's coach, even though he really underwhelmed. They gave him like a kicker extension and stuff like that. So it's, for me, and this is why they want Ashworth, because Ashworth knows how to handle both the women's team and the men's team. He did it at Brighton and stuff like that. But bro, Ashworth is probably not coming this summer. That does not mean that you just sacrifice an entire summer of the other side.
So let me ask you this though. Is it because of the whole restructuring going down the club? Like, yes,
obviously. Like,
I understand they're coming in second, but is it mainly because the men's team, which, no offense to women, should be the main priority?
Yes,
they're the number one. Yeah, they're the number one bread earners in the organization.
Yeah,
the men's team brings in more money.
They're basically collateral damage to Ineos right now. That's what they're treating the women's side of. But for me, they had people inside the club that they let go of that they could have kept for a few extra months and had them delegate the women's side. And the name that people are not going to like that is John Murtaugh. John Murtaugh helped oversee the women's development while he was here before he really became DOF at United. They could have kept him and take away his responsibilities from the men's team and be like, yo, stay here a couple extra months, help kind of stabilize the women's team a little bit while we have to fix that. Because I understand people saying like United, they need to prioritize the men's team. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but you can't dash away a whole side of the club, because they didn't just buy Manchester United's men's team. They bought the women's team as well when they put that bid in, because they put the bid in for all footballing matters. The women's team is a footballing matter. That is part of their contract. So they need to also focus on that. And whether that's going to hire some random person for a couple months to help fix it, that's fine. But you cannot just throw away, because at the end of the day, that you're going to have fans that are going to be very upset. And one thing Ineos cannot lose really early on in their reign is the fans. Because these are the people that, if you want to eventually get full ownership of Manchester United, you're going to need those guys on your side. So you don't want to burn the bridges already. Like, they're already burning the women's side of the bridge of that, bro. That's clip.
But how? Okay, so let me ask you this, and I'll get to a couple of the members' chats and the super chat in a second. How good was the women's team? And when I say good, I'm not talking about how good they are on the pitch. How good was the women's team ran before Ineos? Because I heard a little bit about it, and people saying they're upset at Ineos, but I'm like, well, I don't think the women's team was a priority during the Glazers anyways, because aren't we one of the last teams in the league to even create a women's team?
We were,
like, weren't we one of the last to join?
The same women's team also finished second in the league. Not last season, but the season before that. And
no. I'm not talking about how good they are on the pitch.
But in terms of running, like, they were United's women's team was constantly every season like progressing. So there was like some effort in terms of on the women's team. They were getting players from some of the bigger clubs, like from PSG and stuff like that. And the academy for the women's team is actually really good as well. They've had a lot of players, but the past few years, It's not just Ineos. They're losing a lot of top players. Like they lost Alessia Russo to Arsenal and stuff like that. And now they're losing. But now it's not even just about how they're running the club. It's about how you're just completely neglecting it. And you're just letting players that are women's legends, in a sense, go without even letting them get goodbyes and stuff like that. But like the captain, for example, the captain of the women's team got let go and didn't get a goodbye.
And I hear what you say about
That's
that.
crazy.
And I think Cam makes a very good point here. Big up Cam, by the way, saying it's unfortunate, but we have to think of the organizational priorities. They need to get the full structure figured out for the men's team first, and then they can sort out the women's team. And then he says, no chance you can keep Murto just to handle the women's team. You wouldn't have stood for that. I hear what you're saying there. Listen, it is an unfortunate situation, but I think this is all like an effect going from top to bottom when it comes to the whole structure. Because as I said, some of the things that Griggs is saying, I'm not saying it's good at all. Like I'm not saying I don't know a lot of it because I will be lying to you if I say I pay attention to the women's team. It does not sound good. Some of the like the names that you said that are leaving on free and the captain leaving without a goodbye and all that stuff. I hear all that, but I feel like this is all an effect of the structure changing from top to bottom. And as Cam said it is an organizational priority. You have to unfortunately go fix things that are more important first in other areas before you go down to the women's team, because unfortunately the women's team is not a priority. I understand if they're too busy fixing something else, because eventually when you fix that, you can start focusing on everything else, and eventually it does bring prosperity to everything else. I was watching. I think I was watching what's called Saeed's right before this, and I think Rand said it best. It's like when the dad is stable first, it fixes and it helps everyone else within the household.
Overall, that is what
exactly. That's what I'm trying to go at.
But the issue
bro, have you ever?
No, but there's one issue. They're not hiring anyone to just for the women's team in terms of even just balancing the ship and just while
we're not done with the women, the men's team as well. We couldn't.
No, but I'm not saying they have to like prioritize the women's team. But I'm talking about just hire like that. Bro, the women's team has no director of football right now at all. They have no one that runs transfers or anything. They have no one.
Bro, we don't even have Dan Ashworth yet.
No, but we have an Omar Barada. We have a Jason Wilcox within the club already.
Yeah, but we just hired them. That's my point. Like, we didn't finish the men's team before we moved on to the women's team, which is why.
No, but I'm not saying they should obviously still prioritize the men's team, but I'm talking about just hiring one person for the women's team, just one, to help run things over there. And I'm not saying like they're not gonna like make it a world-class team or anything, but just take care of that side while still prioritizing the men's team. Like, you know, when you're like at a job and stuff like that, right? And you're prioritizing like a certain aspect of the job, but for the other aspect, you're still delegating someone there to help patch it in the meantime.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
that's what they have to do. And for me, their job, by the way, their job is not to run just Manchester United men's club. It is to run also the women's side. And while you prioritize the top side, the money bread or stuff like that, on all the way on the bottom of the totem pole and stuff like that, you still have to send someone over there to take care of that. Otherwise, you can send the women's team into the pits. Because what happens if the women's team gets relegated? You think that's going to look really bad on Ineos.
Oh, no, of course. And listen, I understand why people will lose trust in them, especially that they came in and they said that they're going to they're going to work on basically the men's team and the women's team. They didn't neglect the women's team, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, when he spoke first. So I understand that people will hold him accountable to his own word. I feel like I want to do a little bit more research, though, on what's going on with the women's team before I speak, because this is not something I'm heavily educated. I can only look at it, as I said, in a structural way, how organization being ran, and kind of say like, okay, they're prioritizing this over that, but without digging and going into more details. But I will look more into that before I could speak about it. But I do understand where the frustration comes from. And listen, Ineos, you took on the job, no matter how big or small it is, you decided to take on this job. So I understand people who are passionate about the women's team that will go back to Ratcliffe and Ineos will be like, hey, where's the promises that you made us? Like the promise you made to the men's team. So I understand it.
Yeah, don't forget, by the way, this isn't fans complaining to the PFA. This is the players themselves complaining to the association. Like how the NBA has the NBA PA, the Players Association. This is the women's players complaining to their association. So it's like, bro, by the way, in terms of Carrington and stuff like that, obviously it's fine giving the men's team the women's, like that's fine, but they're sending the women's team to like some portables. Like there's places around Manchester where they could send them to that they can rent out for 6 months to them use that, but they don't.
But it's all about this, Griggs. That's what I'm saying. I want to
Yo,
look.
by the way, Ineos are really when I'm talking about penny pinching, bro, we're penny pinching to the highest order right now. It is bad.
Let me get the super chat before we continue, though. Big up, Omo Solo for super chat saying, Rene Hake is signed to SEG agency. Get him away immediately. Ruud is not
signed.
I think it's an S. He's not signed to SEG agency, so that is okay. Hi, Griggs. I mean, I understand almost solo there, but I feel like it's a little bit unfair to judge just by one parameter only. You're like, if you're SEG, get away. If you're not SEG, then you're
like
good.
I said, Pep is SEG, bro.
See, I didn't even know that, but like, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it, like, bigger for the super chat, but I don't think I could judge it just by one thing. Like, I cannot just say, like, what if they really rated him anyways before they even knew he was a part of SEG? I don't think they went to SEG and said, "Tell me who your agents are," and they just give him a list of all their clients, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, let me get this guy." I understand why we're spooked out by SEG because I am spooked out by them, but I think it would be a little bit unfair to say that. But pick up yourself. And Menlo Tether was reminding everyone that there's about 190 people here, and we're not even on 60 likes. That was a few minutes ago. So hopefully you guys listen to my guy there and hit the like button, because that's even more disgraceful than what Innies are doing with the women's team. But anyways, you wanted to say something about penny pinching?
I mean, I understand why they're doing it. Obviously, we're in a lot of debt, but it's like
with the women's
is decisions like this. No, not just the women's team, even the men's team, like the staff cuts and stuff like that. It's stuff like they're doing right now that if it works in the long haul, it'll look fine. But if it doesn't, with Ineos, it could get sick. Obviously, it's good that they're not really like pocketing the money and stuff like that. But don't forget, these guys. It's not like they bought out the full club and we're gonna give them like the benefit that they're broke and stuff like that, bro. You put up money, so like at the end of the day. You also promised us that you're gonna back the manager 100% and get him the best possible conditions for us to succeed on the pitch. That includes transfer money. That includes buying players.
Are you worried about that already?
In terms of,
I think 2 weeks.
No. I honestly think we're broke when it comes to the window. I
told you we're broke and you didn't believe me. Now
no. It's not like we're broke.
I told you that's why we kept him.
No, that's not. I don't know what happened when it comes to the managerial situation and stuff like that. I generally don't know, but it's like we'll see, man. I don't know, man. Obviously, we have to see what ends up happening with like Brantwaite and stuff like that. But it's June 30th in a couple of days. Everton were meant to be sold by then, like, but it's not happening yet. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, at the end of the window, but right now with Ineos, obviously the footballing decisions early on and. When they got Barada, Wilcox, it was great and stuff like that. But they've also made a few bad decisions in the last month or so. So it's like
other than hiring Ten Hag, but what else?
Well, I mean that's a big one though. That was the biggest decision I had to make this summer.
Yeah, and I was upset. And you told me it's not that bad.
No, obviously I never. No, but think about what I said though. I said I have to move on with the decision. Like I have to move on and just like firm it and see and hope for the best. But it doesn't mean I was happy that they kept them. I wasn't happy that they kept them. I would have moved them on. But at the end of the day, there is like stuff like that. And even this women's team, I don't like what they're doing with the women's team. I think that for me, I understand in business you have to prioritize and stuff like that, but that's fine. They have to prioritize the men's team, bro. But you cannot just neglect the whole side of the United, bro. There's a fan base within the club that care about that stuff, and they did not just buy Manchester United men's football team. Bro.
So other than the women's team, though, because you're it seems like you're raising some concerns right now in your head, at least. You're talking about transfers as an example, which I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see who we'll see who we buy, but like, bro, for example, Todibo, they're trying to get lawyers for UEFA.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to get lawyers. I'm like, well, is Todibo that
deep?
It's
not that. In my opinion, it's not that deep. The fact that you're hiring lawyers for 30 mil Todibo means to me that you don't want to spend money at all.
That's a good way to look at it.
You're looking bro, because Todibo is a good player, but let's not act like we're going to court for prime Virgil van Dijk. Bro, there's plenty of center backs on the market.
They're cool.
Oh, Branthwaite. Yours going Madrid, so I'm not gonna
obviously we're linked with Branthwaite, yeah.
Who else is there? Calafiori, the new Cannavaro cousin from Bologna. Lucchini from Bologna. Antonio Silva, No, thank you. After what I saw yesterday, by the way, if we're ever linked to that guy again, I'm riding. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. Gonçalo Inácio, Murillo from Forest, who Chelsea are now linked with as well.
Bro, Chelsea linked with everyone. They just got linked with Drewsbury Hall and what's the
The
guy from
Argentine
Leeds?
as well, like bro, from Boca Juniors. I'm sure there's a few other center backs on the market as well that if you scout and find like that. Also, I know Will's in the comments, bro. It's not about me making women's content. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm the biggest women's football fan, but I have kept tabs of the women's team because at the end of the day, they're associated with Man United, and there's a couple ballers on there, and I'm good friends with people in the scene and stuff like that really care about women's football. Like Mina, for example, because me and Staffy have both done content with her. She's one of the biggest United content creators for the women's team. Like stuff like that.
I'm curious
bro.
to know what she thinks. Actually, I haven't tuned to her channel.
I'm sure she's probably fuming too, bro. It's like also I can't name 6 women's teams player, bro. So that's another thing. But anyway, bro, it's like,
bro, Will is a wind-up merchant. Don't mind him too much.
Yeah, no, he's someone else said that. But yeah, man. It was the same thing with NBA, bro. I don't watch the WNBA like that, but I still keep tabs. Like I know a few of the players, like something was like what's going on right now with Angel Reese versus what's her name, Caitlin Clark.
I don't want to hear about this feud anymore, bro. I'm tired of it.
But yeah,
I don't want to see this on my timeline again. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I mean it's going over the top and stuff like that, but
it's so fucking annoying, bro. And Angel Reese is not half the player that Caitlin Clark is, anyways. Big up Sheik in the comments as well. Let's talk about something positive, bro, and something that will calm you personally down in the chat. There we go.
It's not good news, bro.
No, it's not good news that he's starting for this bum ass England team, but we like to talk about Cup Mano here.
Because if they lose, who's gonna get blamed? They're gonna blame Kobe.
Hey, we know he looked good last game. I don't think at this point any player is getting.
United fans, they go a little over the top of like the performance against like Slovenia. It was nothing crazy, but the level is on the floor with England when it comes to center mid play. It's like the bar is so low that Manu's like most average performance looked that good. Even though Harry Kane could have low-key gotten us a goal for Manu if he returned that pass, but instead he wanted to be selfish and pass it out wide.
Oh, I said that. Someone's like, "Oh, but the defenders were in front of him." I'm like, "Bro, no, it's a 1-2. Just give him the 2, and he'll probably score." He earned the 2 anyways with that pass and the move. That's what I've never played football in my life, and someone made a run like that after passing me the ball and I didn't pass it back. Like
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's crazy how there's a few England players that are so clearly above the wavelength of the other players, like with Manu. For me, Manu, Foden, and Palmer. When you look at them on the pitch,
they'll cook.
Like for me, they're wavelength. Also, the thing I love about Palmer, which I've always said on international football, he'll thrive more than a Phil Foden, is that he's not afraid to grab the game from the scruff of the neck, and because this is the one thing that benefited from him from Poch at Chelsea. Poch loves giving his attackers the complete freedom to like figure it out and stuff like that. And Palmer has benefited from that because he's aggressive now. He wants to cause a change in the game. And you saw that in England when he came on. And that's why for me, he should be the first name off the bench. Bro, if it's no, bring on Cole Palmer and something will happen. So, yeah, man. I mean, bro, also another thing, like Jude's obviously a fantastic player, but I know a lot of people don't care about academy football and stuff like that. But you got to look where some of these guys came from the academy and the footballing education they got. Palmer and Foden got the city education. Whether we rate Manchester City or not, we all know that's one of the best football educations you can get in 2024 when it comes to football, especially in the current modern day game of football.
Of course, there's no debate.
United, Carrington, whether people don't know it, but in the academy football, by the way, we play a lot of possession football. We don't do this Ten Hag way. We play a lot of possession football. We dominate
football in the academy than the first team. Didn't we just win?
By the way, that's why you see so many midfielders. By the way, in the United academy, most of them don't make it. By the way, in the United, there's a reason why, because they're not physical enough. But on the ball, these guys are supreme technicians. So, Maine was obviously
his name that not too long ago we sold and everyone was upset over.
Ethan Galbraith, Dylan Levitt. James Garner was another one. I don't think he's as good as a technician as them. Zidane Iqbal, another one. Like, there's a lot of players in there. Obviously, Jude is. By the way, I'm not saying Jude is shit. By the way, Jude is a fantastic.
Tell me, he's not shit, but you have to admit he is overrated, bro. Like, he's massively overrated. The fact that this guy's in Ballon d'Or talks just pisses me off.
No, but it's just like what a lot of people expect for me, Jude is the best definition of what English fans. The way that English fans view football, Jude is a perfect player for that.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's the same way it was with Gerrard, for example, right? The box to box engine that could do everything on the pitch.
I'm not like that. Even Gerrard was more technical than him.
Obviously, Gerrard had a better pass and stuff like that. Well, for me, Jude's probably the better box crasher. But it's kind of, but you know what I'm saying? But like the passion, the running around, stuff like that. While Paul Scholes, for example, was the technician.
Yeah, and he didn't get rated like that.
Or if you want to compare Jude to maybe a Frank Lampard, another player like that, like those kind of players.
He's more of a Lampard than he is a Gerrard.
Yeah, he's more of a Lampard than a Gerrard. But like those two guys always were like viewed from England fans as the English players, while Paul Scholes, everyone knew was the Spanish guy. Like in Spain, people in Spain adore Paul Scholes more than people in his own country.
Oh yeah, Messi said he was mentioned
in La Masia. They show Paul Scholes highlights. They don't show Steven Gerrard highlights, and they don't show Frank Lampard highlights. In what's it called? In St. George's Park, where they train for England, they show Steven Gerrard and they show Frank Lampard highlights.
Yeah, that's same way that
Michael Carrick didn't get appreciated for England, and that's why you have people saying Declan Rice is a better all-timer than Michael Carrick, which is he's not even close. So stuff like that. That's why for me, Mainu should start. Obviously, that's why I've always said Mainu Wharton is my favorite England midfield because I think those guys balance each other perfectly well. And Declan Rice is a great player within his own right, but he's not a 6 as a lone 6. And for me, as an 8, Mainu's a better 8 because he's much better on the ball. So
yeah, I didn't want him to play in the 6 anyways, but he's starting next game, and I do worry for him because when they lose, inshallah, hopefully they do lose.
Thankfully, they play. Well, by the way, Slovakia are going to have the best midfield on the pitch in terms of controlling play. Lobotka, the regista.
Lobotka is in that team. I like Lobotka.
That's what I'm saying. So he's going to be controlling the midfield. Like, let's see how Mainu does. Obviously, stuff like that. I hope he does well. But yeah, man. No, I also don't like Mainu playing for England because they always throw him on the right hand side, and for me, he's a left center mid. He's not a right center mid.
Did he play on the left last time?
I put on the right. Where he kind of just floats around. Eventually, he's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm going on the left because that's where the ball is."
Because even that back heel that he played to Kane and when he made the run, that was off the left.
I think there were some more subs though because like Trent came on, so Trent kind of started dominating the right hand side. Maybe, yeah. So like something like that. I mean, for me, Mainu should go on the pitch wherever Foden is. Let them two link up.
Oh yeah, because Foden does play on the left.
So let have Mainu and Foden kind of link up together and stuff like that and figure it out. So we'll see, man. But I mean, I'm glad he's starting in terms of like if it goes well, it's good for him, the experience and stuff like that. But if it goes bad, I just hate that he's gonna be the one that is gonna get scapegoated.
That's the one thing I worry, and I do know he makes that team better. I need that team to lose. I will be doing an England hate along on Sunday. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. I will be doing that. So
yeah, bro, Southampton started using him like Ten Hag. He's gonna have him doing box crashing duties.
I was about to tell you, he is using, especially when you said he's using it on the right. It does look like I feel like Southgate called Ten Hag. He's like, "Yo, how do you use Mainu?" And he just told him how he uses him, which is completely incorrect. Yeah, throw him on the right. All right, bet. Let me just do that. You know, give him limited minutes. All right, bet. Which is stupid, but I worry for him because I do think they'll lose, and I just don't want him to get the blame.
I don't think they'll lose against Slovakia, but
bro, you never know. Remember when they lost to Iceland? No one ever thought that, and they lost to Iceland.
That England team was really bad.
And they read what's his name, Roy Hodgson and whatever. So,
Joe Hart was still in here at that time, bro.
Joe Hart, yeah.
Harry Kane was taking quarters. It was bad. It was bad. But against the Switzerland, Italy.
That if they beat Slovakia, they're definitely losing the game after. I don't think they'll be either Italy or.
I think so. I think Switzerland's going to catch them. I think for England, it'd be better to play Italy than it would to play a Switzerland because Switzerland have pace and attack.
Their physicality is higher than this Italian team.
Ricardo Rodriguez, throwback OG, about cook him. Don't know about Ricardo Rodriguez.
That's a FIFA legend there.
Oh, don't know about what Shaqiri. Yo, a Shaqiri winner against England, by the way, would freaking.
I forgot about that fucker. I forgot about him.
That's the Euros GOAT.
He'll score a screamer there. But let's talk about this. This is the last part of the show, I guess, that we'll talk about. I wanted to talk about some transfers as well. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button if you haven't yet, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And subscribe to Griggs. We will be redirecting to Griggs later towards the end of the show anyways, because he's going to be doing a Euros show. Because I see Skullux here saying bracket predictions. I will personally do a bracket predictions. I think tomorrow, Skullex. I'm planning on doing a show. I'm just gonna see who I'm gonna bring on. But Griggs will be doing a Euro show right after this anyway, so at least you'll get his predictions, I'm sure. But let's talk about some transfers, Griggs. I mean, it looks like Xerxes is gonna come to United over Milan, because I know Milan want him, but his agent wants him to go to United because of obviously financial reasons, and resale values and agent fees and all that stuff. So that's looking more doable. I swear yesterday Milan was linked to Lukaku as well. So it looks like they're exploring options outside of Xerxes. And this is one that I need to talk about. And I'm not going to lie. I will be lying to you if I said I know a lot about Ugarte. So this is one that you're probably going to have to educate me about because I have not watched enough Ugarte football. But I will watch him tonight when I watched the Uruguay game. Oh, he doesn't start?
I don't think so.
There you go. So we don't need him then. But no, on a real though, I mean, we're linked to Ugarte. I haven't spoken about him yet. I haven't really done any research about him. But didn't they just buy him last year anyways? Why the hell is he getting sold a year later?
Because what's the name? I was about to say Enrique. Enrique doesn't rate him.
Is he shit on the ball?
Yeah. You know what? Actually, no. Ugarte does start. My bad. He does start. He starts next to
Wait, is he a Casemiro?
Yes, he's closer to Casemiro. Yes.
Oh, I don't.
But he's better on the ball, in my opinion. He's more mobile these days, obviously, because Casemiro was washed physically. But
so we're getting another 6 that's not good on the ball.
Yes, he's not the best on the ball. Obviously, I do think a lot of people do kind of underrate his technical ability. Like he's not a complete liability, but he's very similar to like an Edson Alvarez, for example. They're very similar players. And that's how Ten Hag wants to use his 6 personally, which is, I guess, why we're linked to Ugarte. And like the 3-1-6 kind of just have that lone DM. But in the Prem, I worry about him. Also, defending transitions, in my opinion, it looked good in Portugal. But, bro, I remember him against Newcastle, bro, he got ran off the park. It was bad.
Yeah, they did play in the Champions League group stages. When they lost 4-1, something like that?
Yeah.
Interesting. How much is he even valued at? Because I swear they paid like
PSG want 50 mil. We're trying to get a loan with an option to buy.
Watch him play for Uruguay. I just said that, Cameron. I said I'll watch him tonight. I said I haven't watched him play, so I don't know much about him. But I know they paid 60. But how much did they pay for him last year? 60 mil.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
So they're actually they're selling him on a loss, which is
pretty
not
much. That's what PSG always do, though. They're just trying to.
That doesn't fill me with didn't what's their name won him last year? Chelsea. They went in for him a lot last year. They were ringing a lot of money for him, and I'm surprised that they're not in for him again. I don't know how to feel about that though. Would you take him as your first option?
No, definitely not.
Would he be in your top 3 options?
Probably not.
Who would you take over him?
I'll take Mats Weifer. I know that's Semi's boy from Ruud. I take Yusuf Fofana personally. I personally, I'd probably take Amadou.
Yeah, there we go. I
don't think Amadou's a 6. The one thing that Ugarte has over a few of those guys is that he's actually a 6. Well, I'm not having a 5'8" 6, but I'm not doing that.
Cam.
Bro, the one good thing about Ugarte is that, bro, Ugarte has dog in him, like unlimited dog. But I'm just worried, bro. First of all, I think he'll be a walking yellow card in the league. But
he really is a Casemiro then. I actually can't wait to watch him today. Then.
He's very similar to Paulinho.
How old is this guy? He's 23.
So he's better. He's a little similar to Paulinho. I think Paulinho is a little bit better on the ball, personally. I think he probably has a little bit more range in his passing.
Paulinho is slow. Is this guy slow? He's 6 feet.
He's more mobile.
So he's 6 foot. He has no goals for Sporting or person, so he's not even a goal scorer like that.
No, he's not a goal scorer 6, though.
I mean, Casemiro is. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't sound like a good signing.
That's because Casemiro's a striker.
What's that?
That's because Casemiro's a striker.
No, he's a 6. Everyone told me he's a 6. Paulinho is way better. Temi's saying.
Yeah, he's more mobile. He's a more mobile Paulinho, but Paulinho is better on the ball. And I think Paulinho has better defensive positioning.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't want a 6 anyways. I want a box to box with defensive duties. That's why I want Onana.
That's what I've always wanted a pivot. I think United should play in a pivot, man. I don't think United.
Wait, did Onana ball out yesterday? I didn't watch. I couldn't watch the games.
I wasn't paying attention to him.
I saw Temi tweeting about him saying he was.
I saw a few nice touches. I was really impressed with him against Romania.
The second game he balled out. That game I watched when they won. How much did they win? 3-0, 3-1. I forgot.
2-0, 2-0.
2-0. Okay. That game I watched, and he was balling out. They blamed him for the first game. I was like, bro, that team was getting. Who they play in the first game when they pressed the shit out of them? Slovakia was cooking them on the press. I was like, bro, there was no build-up in that team. You're not looking for just Onana for build-up.
Slovakia are one of the best pressing teams in the tournament. That's why England might struggle.
I want to go and watch his highlights there because I saw Temi tweeting about him, and I wasn't surprised. I was like, bro, I'm not surprised because in the second game he balled the fuck out. And I think he's exactly what we need, bro.
But one thing I'll say about Ugarte, I will accept him if we do loan with option to buy because that's at the end of the day for me that's low risk high reward.
To me, that's one of those signings where we're still gonna get someone else. It reminds me of Sabitzer and Emre.
I'll do loan option to buy because that also allows you to buy other players as well. But if we end up spending 40, 45, 50 mil, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's worth 50 mil, personally.
So PSG got scammed last year.
Because I'm gonna be real. If we're willing to pay 50 mil out to PSG for what's his name, Ugarte, are you telling me that we can't really cough up 20 extra mil for Adam Morton, who I think is a far superior player?
Is Adam Morton even for sale?
Yeah, we can convince Palace, man. Well, if we bought the Palace with like 70 mil, they're gonna think about it. They'll be like,
I guess. Joe was saying PSG said 60. They did pay 60 for him last year. You guys wanted him badly. Vitinha is not even a 6, so there's no point of talking about.
No, Vitinha is an 8. It's fun. We could get Vitinha if we want to get better wingers.
I thought he was a 10. Vitinha?
No, Vitinha's an 8, bro.
I don't know.
He's order. In my opinion, Vitinha's Odegaard.
Yeah, but Odegaard's technically a 10 as well. He does.
I consider Odegaard an 8 because he likes it because I think his best play comes from deeper.
Okay, I mean I've seen Vitinha play in advanced positions.
It's like an advanced 8. Obviously, some people want to call it a 10. It's kind of the way I view Almighty as well, bro. You know what I'm trying to say, right? It's like
wait, look at this. This just came in like 11 minutes ago. Manchester United are expected to cement offer worth 35 mil.
Anything that has Hake on it, give it up. Oh my god.
Anything that has what?
Anything that has Hake in the source, it's good.
you don't believe this guy?
Yeah, no. See, let's be real. No, man.
What is he a bum?
Bro, anything with a Haas in it, bro, it's like man's not even fouled by any credible, bro. If you're only fouled by MPB, bro, that means you're a shit choice.
That is a good point because look, only he follows it.
Yeah, bro. Like let's be real, bro.
I mean, I just saw as we were talking, so I was like, "Fuck it, let me just talk about it." Look, there's some positive tweets there. It's 30 minutes. I would love it. No brainer. Get him in ASAP. It looks like a lot of people are positive. Are we missing out on something?
Bro, look at all those accounts. Do any of them scream out? I should believe these guys.
I mean, definitely not this guy with the
Garnacho. Anyone that has United in their name and their on Twitter is a bum.
60 million planning offer at the seats. Everyone rates him, Griggs. Looks like we're the wrong ones here.
That means if United fans rate him, that means I don't rate him.
That is a very good point. That is a very, very good point. Because I don't trust United fans. I don't trust United fans at all. If Cam tells me right now he wants him, Cam in the comments, do you want him? If Cam says he wants him, then I don't want him. Because I don't believe I don't trust United fans. Cam right now will come into the comments and he will tell me that he's a good signing. Based on that alone, I'm gonna say he's not a good signing. But to your point earlier, the whole loan thing. I'm indifferent. Okay, so Cam doesn't even know. Which now makes me want him. So I want him now because Cam is not sure. Then I want him. I'm going against whatever Cam says.
The thing is though, I don't think we're gonna be playing like pure Ten Hag 3-1-6 ball. I think we're gonna be playing a little bit more possession. We're gonna try at least. I'm not gonna guarantee it, but I think we're gonna be playing a little bit more similar to the way we ended the season.
To be fair though, we do need different profiles in our midfield.
Yeah, obviously we need both. Bro, I'm not sure Ugarte's that much better than Emre.
Listen, Amrabat, bro. I'm done talking about this guy.
No, but like the thing is, like, obviously he's more mobile and stuff like that, bro. But he is not better on the ball than Amrabat. And I don't even think
That's what I'm
Amrabat
saying.
is.
I'm not gonna talk about Amrabat because this fan base thought he was shit.
No, but the thing is, I don't even think
I can't
Amrabat
stand
is
it.
that cold on the ball. Like I don't think he's like some master technician. I think he's solid. He has a solid technical base. But the fact that Ugarte is nowhere near that, for me, bro, that's clip.
Is Ugarte just a typical South American,
Yes, bro.
hot-blooded midfielder?
Bro, it's Gary Medel, bro.
Oh no, the Chilean.
Yeah, bro. Bro, that's gonna try to kill you on the pitch.
Nah, that's not good, bro. Wait, I trust Temi. When Temi tells me someone is better than I trust him. Saying that Amrabat is better.
I trust
All
him,
right.
bro. I just worry about the technical ability. I'm not gonna lie, man, bro. It's so bad. Bro, I'm not saying like a 6 needs to be like the best player on the ball, but I'm gonna need like if you're gonna get pressed, do I trust you to be able to like get past the press?
The Sandra without tech is scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's actually scary in a bad way. It's scary for us, not for the opponents. You know what else is scary for the opponents? And I think this is the right way to end this, Griggs. Fuck this United talk stuff. Listen. Knicks.
I think about sure Lissandra might make that is scary for the opponents.
Listen, the Knicks will be there next season. See what this is why I hate when people say this. I just hate this so much.
I'm sorry. Amadou Onana is 95 million times better than Ugarte on the ball.
Bro, you know what it is, bro? They just see a tall African running in the midfield who can win tackles, and they just think he's like, oh, he's a play breaker. That's it. He just breaks up the play.
Onana for me, better. Onana's has more passing range than Ugarte. He's a better ball carrier.
The way he carries the ball, the way his half turn when he receives the ball in the midfield, and his ball carry, it's all very, very good, bro. I don't understand why these guys look at him and they think he is not trash. He is not. He's literally representing Belgium in his fucking national team, bro. He starts for that midfield. Even when they made changes in that midfield when they were dog shit, they put Tielemans next to him and they didn't get rid of him. They fixed the midfield by putting Tielemans next to him. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why people think he's shit. I really don't understand it. What is shit about him? I don't understand. Like, is he supposed to be Pogba? He's not Pogba, bro. But does that mean that he's shit? No, he's not. He's actually very, very good. And I'm actually upset that he's playing very good this Euros because I feel like his stocks just went up. Like, he's about to be expensive.
I don't think it's gone up like that.
Yeah, Mangala and Onana was dead. You know why? Because of Mangala. It wasn't because of Onana.
Onana needs because they played Onana next to another DM. You don't play Onana with another DM. You play him with someone that's caught on the ball. That's why at Everton,
Onana midfield.
That's why at Everton he looked good next to Jimmy Gardner because James Gardner knows how to hoop. Man, he's not like some master technician. I'm not gonna gas him like that, but like, bro, it looks good, man.
Well, bro, I'm about to mute Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. Every 2 seconds, different tweet. That's enough, bro.
Well, by the way, Chelsea are looking at Archie Gray, man. I'm tired, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, I swear to God, Chelsea. I don't think Ronaldo was like the perfect midfield. By the way, like I would like probably eventually, if Bruno leaves, maybe get more of a natural 6. But yeah, man, we'll see. Obviously, I don't think Onana comes anyway to United. So,
especially if we get Branthwaite, I think we can only get one.
Let's see if we even get Branthwaite, man.
I wanted Onana anyways. I didn't want Branthwaite.
I'm not even sure we get Branthwaite anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not sure about anything anymore.
But what if we just sign no one?
Imagine. We have to make signings at some point. I mean, the Euros and all that shit is the excuse right now, but at some point, something has to give. You know, especially with Elise just going to.
Bro, it doesn't even. I would even take a little Dewsbury Hall at this point, man.
All right, bro, relax. We're not just gonna like.
He was on our target. He was on our list.
Yeah, he's a decent player, but like I'm not just gonna panic and start just giving in.
I would go for a Hayden Hackney personally, but my boy from Borough, Michael Carrick, school of thought of lessons. But
all right, enough with your stocks. Stop plugging in your stocks like that.
Well, bro, you're not trying to get someone that got coached by Michael Carrick. That's a good.
No, I'm just saying you're trying to plug your stocks too much. You have too many stocks. I'm gonna stop you from plugging in your stocks.
The championship was getting disrespected on the stream I was on earlier, and I just wanted to prove some. I just wanted to show some.
Who got disrespected?
Bro, they were telling me Somerville's a bum.
Somerville?
Yeah.
Well, stop streaming with idiots, bro. I don't know who you stream with, but stop streaming with idiots. Speaking of idiots, Mike Das is here.
Yeah, speaking of idiots, you're not wrong.
Yeah, United suck. Give it a break. I mean, Mike Das. I mean, how many breaks do you want, bro? You don't want to commit to streaming. You do one stream a week and you bitch about it. You know, you act like Das loves, and I don't know why my light just went bright like that. I don't know what the hell just happened. Did you notice that? My light just went, and now it just went off. Not well. Lights enough. I've had enough. Bro.
I had to get a new light. My shit was cooked.
Yes, you do, bitch. Das does one stream a week, and he always complains. I'm watching hockey. I'm watching baseball. I'm watching Copa America. Give it the fuck up, bro. Honestly, just give it up, man. Your whole team that you drafted sucked, anyways. Jacob ended up having the best team.
Jacob actually did end up having the best team.
Jacob's team cooked. Jacob has like 4 players that are in the
Musiala cooked, Lamine cooked, Mohamed Bashiri cooked.
Musiala, Lamine, and the goalkeeper, and there was one more. I forgot who.
We're lucky he didn't take Calafiori over Bonjourno or something like that.
Oh yeah, he would have. He would have destroyed us there. He would have absolutely destroyed us.
Yo, maybe he was cooking with the FIFA mentality. We try
to we
try to go techie. We try to go like on the pitch. You know?
I said Rudgy, Modric, none of that shit. Griezmann. I thought it was him, bro. Then my center backs didn't even fucking start.
Bro, Van Dijk holding Sabitzer onside. Rudiger who's scoring own goals. Pedri's getting used like
I forgot that. Your team is actually doing very bad. Because you have good players that are doing shit. Ronaldo's doing shit. Lukaku, don't even let me talk about this guy.
Ronaldo has an assist.
Bro, if I hear about this assist one more time,
first of all, second of all, none of us. By the way,
fucking 5-yard pass.
By the way, none of us have a good forward other than Jacob because every forward in this tournament has been ass.
I'm not gonna. Skamaka is Kaka. That's what his new name is.
Harry Kane's been ass. Who's other people's strikers? Kai Havertz has been
don't even get me started.
Mbappe scored 1 pen. Yeah, bro. The best striker has been the Georgian guy.
No, we don't talk about TJs. You know what it is, Skullux? Have you guys ever seen that meme of like that little girl drowning and the kid behind her somewhere is a carrier? It's like me versus that person. One person's drowning, one person's enjoying life. And then it shows you the bottom where someone is like a skull is like dead down there. That is TJ. We're just floating up there. Some of us drowning, some of us are okay. Then you go to the bottom of the sea, and that's where TJ is. TJ has his ankles locked up to an anchor, and someone threw him in the sea. That's how bad his team is. You know, we're not talking about TJ's team. He needs to give it up for real. And speaking of giving it up, you guys got to give it up too, because I'm about to end the stream. And I've had enough of everyone here. Had enough of United. Had enough of Griggs. Had enough of Skullx. Had enough of Temi. Had enough of Das. Had enough of Cam. I've had enough of everything. So we're going to wrap up the stream and we're going to go to Griggs. But listen, on a real though, big up to everyone who's here. Obviously, shout out to Saeed again for the for the raid. There's still 150 people here. Make sure you guys all like the video and subscribe and help me on the way to 5K because we're about 100 subs away from 5K. And don't end this stream because I'm going to hit end stream and then it's going to redirect you to Griggs where he will be talking about the Euros anyways. So there's no need for you to go anywhere. I will be back live later though for the did I set the read that right? Let me double check. Yes, I did. I will be back later for watch alongs anyways. I'll be doing a watch along for the USA game and I'll be doing a watch along for the Uruguay game. So I'll be back for some more streams.
Doing a watch along for Uruguay, Bolivia is crazy.
I didn't do content yesterday, so I have to do content today. I'm not gonna lie. And I am excited to watch Uruguay. I feel like I don't watch Uruguay, so I'm kind of like curious to watch them play football.
Bielsa ball is cold.
And I am listen, I respect the grind, unlike you, Griggs. You know, I don't stream for one day and I'm like, fuck it, I gotta make up for it. You know, you, sir, you can go like 20 days without streaming and then you come back. You don't respect.
I mean, it's not I stream, I just don't stream on my channel.
Chat, I just need massive L's in Griggs' chat when you go there. When you go there, just smash an L.
Unless you watch is crazy. That's exactly why you shouldn't be watching.
Wallahi, I will not watch Palestri. Wallahi, if you say this again, I will cancel my stream. If you told me, JJ, if you say Palestri watch, wallahi, I will cancel the stream. If anyone comes to my stream later today with the intention of watching Palestri, I will end the stream. We will not. I will rather watch Darwin Nunes Bowl than Palestri Bowl. How about that? Wallahi, anyone who says that, I will cancel the stream. So it's up to you. Don't come to me with that bullshit, JJ. I think the game is in Jersey anyways. I might just cancel the stream and go watch Nunes for like $20. I'll think about it. I'll tell you what. I'll start the stream. If I get a $20 super chat, I'll end the stream and I'll go to the game and I'll vlog it. Just $20. I think that's how much the ticket will be. Send me a $20 super chat and I'll go vlog
That's
it.
crazy, yo. That's crazy that Uruguay, Bolivia, Sheba, and TJ ended up spending $100 to go watch Peru, Canada. That's crazy,
bro. TJ with negotiations is like Edo for Arsenal, bro.
In 100-degree weather as well. At least like today, it's not. I mean, it's not as hot as it's been the last couple of days.
It's so hot. To watch Canada and Peru. The stadium was empty. The stadium was empty, and he paid.
At least you might get like 5 minutes of Suarez ball or something today. Like, bro, like that's a legend of the game. Like,
that's hilarious. Yeah, Benito vlog. I'm telling you, a $20 super chat, and I'll go. Actually, I'll double check the prices. I'm pretty sure the tickets are cheap. $20 super chat. I'll end the stream and I'll go watch the game. I'm serious. But anyways, on a real note, yalla, we're gonna wrap up. Go to Griggs, spam Els in his chat because he doesn't stream enough. I'll like his video and subscribe. Nosebleed Skullux, the stadium will be empty. I'll pay $20 and then I'll walk all the way down, bro. I've done that so many times. But anyways, we're gonna wrap up the stream here, guys. Big up. I'll see you in a bit.